Modern Pop Thrift.
Welcome to Modern Pop Thrift.
Hey guys, we are headed to sell a guitar that I had for a long time that I was gonna fix up, and I just decided not to fix up, and I posted on Facebook Marketplace, and a buddy of mine was like, hey, meet me at Target, I'll buy that from you right now. So we're headed there, but Target is conveniently located very close to Goodwill. So we're gonna do that too. No, they're beat to death and they don't look like anything fancy special. These, those look like Red Wings.
I've never seen these.
Those are Red Wings. And they're $15. Soles are a little bit beat up. They are from
Are these cool fighters?
2010. $15? Yeah, I think we can get those. One of these days, Osiris's will come back and there will be a bolo, but that's not today. So while I'm editing this video, I noticed that they do have about 100% sell-through rate, and the prices are around $20. Maybe I'll start comping them. By the time they came out, I was too old to wear them, but I think they're going to be nostalgic for people in 5 or 6 years. Right now, they look like they're probably worth picking up still. What on earth are these? Toto. Let's just bless the rains down in Africa. I think these are steel toes. No, they weigh a metric ton. I'm going to look into these. So I said bless the rains down in Africa because those shoes were Toto, and that's the band who put out that song. And there was a lady in the aisle, and I thought I caught it on video, but I didn't. She says, did you bless the rains in Africa? And I said, these shoes are called Toto. And she just laughed really hard, and I wish it had been on film, but we didn't get it. Reebok pumps, and they're not in fantastic condition, but at $3.79, those are a for sure buy. Are these something? No, but these are why I walked over here. Nope. What's up? There's a 1,000-piece puzzle. Not this one. Fine, that seems pretty nice. It's 97 cents. Frederick Church. I don't know, I'll look into that. Hooked on Phonics. Worked for me. 2008.
What is this? I don't know.
It's a cool thing. 2-pound medicine ball.
Dad.
This guy looks legit.
Hey, Dad.
Whoa, are you Thanos? So stuffed animals are $1.99. This guy is an unmarked stuffed animal. I took his shirt down so that I could see his tag. It says Comfy Kid. Comps look to be like $12, but it's an easy ship. Oh, look at this. This looks like Skeletor. And I think it's supposed to look like Skeletor, but I don't think it is Skeletor. $2.99. Because it's Halloween. Hi, you just found this shirt. What is it?
It's single stitch.
It's single stitch Nike Michigan hockey, but it's a screen printed tag because they're reproducing single stitch t-shirts.
That's us.
Single stitch. About a dead stock jerseys green blank, men's XL made in the US, and LL Bean made in the US, 100% cotton. Just a nice thick cotton shirt. This one had sold comps for $24. This one I'm gonna list for $20, but I didn't even look up comps on it.
The next day.
All right, we're going in here. It is 3:30, and you saw that sign said 4 o'clock. Yep. And so we will see what we will see. That's the place where I often find good hats. Ooh, it's vintage Indians, and they are not the Indians anymore. Sort of local baseball team. You can find it. Cover these hats behind me. This one, mister. Phone's junk on it, but it'll be cheap. Warriors. That's cool. International Racing, 2 of them for sure. So I stopped recording, but they quit doing the silent auctions, which is awesome because they get good stuff. And I put it behind the counter, and then I don't know what the deal is with silent auctions, but I wasn't able to win them. And sometimes I would go like what I think it's worth just to see, and I never won. One silent auction in 3 years that I've been shopping here. Anyway, you saw me get the 5 hats. You didn't see me pick up this. I don't know what it's worth. I don't know if it's complete. I liked the box. It was $1. I bought it. If it sells for good money, I'll flip it. If it doesn't, I'll keep it. You saw the 5 hats that I paid $1 a piece for. They are, this one's gonna need reshaped, but it's okay. It's a nice hat. And you didn't see, I went through the jackets. I found a couple of golf things. This is Pebble Beach. It's just a extra large Pebble Beach vest. All it has is that one hit on it, and it's just a nice insulated vest, golf vest. And then this Ping, no other branding on this Ping jacket. Jackets are $2.50, so I got that. I got those for $5 for both of those. And then up where the silent auctions were, now it's like the glass case area and the special price stuff. They had some hats. And I'm like, where's the silent auction book? And he's like, we're not doing that anymore. And I was like, how much are those hats? And he's like, I don't know. What about $20 for all of them? So I don't know what comps are on them, but I do know that I'm gonna make money at $20. These are never worn. These are dead stock. Look at that one. That's a beauty. That's a real nice hat. Tony Stewart snapback. This was my favorite. I don't know if that qualifies as a shark tooth or not. It sure looks shark toothy. NASCAR Racing, that's dead stock. And then Dale. That says Dale Jr. number 3. Did Dale run now? I never watched NASCAR. Did Junior run number 3? These are Oreos, so that's milk. Would this be a splash? Probably not. Anyway, I'm running quick to the post office, but I thought I'd stop in this thrift store real quick, and I'm glad I did, because for $30, I got probably, I don't even know. I'll do comps on the stuff as I hold it up. I'll show you in the video, and I'll put up the number, what I think I'll expect to make. Quick run into the thrift store, really good day. So we're making a video today. I went to a church sale quite accidentally. We were just driving around going from meet the teacher night at school to the grocery store, and there was a rummage sale that way, and it was a really big sign, and I knew it wasn't just a regular sale. And so You didn't go swimming. We went and chased that sign down, and it landed in a giant church that had 3 fellowship halls worth of stuff. I didn't have a whole lot of time to look around, so the kids were just kind of antsy, and there was a lot of people. So we were able to pick up just a handful of things, and I'll show you what we got. I'm going to pick these up every time. These binder vintage cookbooks. This one on the Better Homes and Gardens you can find right here. This one is 9th edition, second printing, 1981. And it's probably, all the books were $1. This was probably, this one probably $12 to $15, free shipping, media mail shipping. VHS tapes were $1. They didn't have any movies worth buying, but for $1.50 I got 6 of these Maxwell premium grade. And this is probably $20. $20, $25 free shipping. Book. What stood out to me about this book, the reason that I decided to scan it was because it was sitting on the shelf like this, and it's obviously in the slip cover. Now the slip cover has a little damage, and the book itself actually has a little bit of damage. Where somebody slipped it into the slip cover wrong, and I think maybe this page might have gotten wet at some point, but it doesn't really permeate the book. But the book in the slip cover comps for like, it says trending $22, but I think the comps make it look more like it's $18. I'll probably price this $15 free shipping and send it media because it has a little bit of damage. And then these Ariat boots were $5. They need a little bit of love, but and they're small, but for $5, I think they're $30 free shipping all day long. So we hit 2 things today. Just kind of, one was on the way to the post office, one was on the way to the kids' school, and we did surprisingly well. This Stewie shirt sold for $10, and I picked it up for $2.50. Some older shirts, Family Guy stuff can be worth something. This was a waste of time, but I didn't know that because I didn't really comp it super well. I just grabbed it because it was $2.50. This Carhartt shirt sold for $17.50, 17 something, and it's 2XLT, and I paid $2.50 for it, and it's only been listed a handful of days. Like a year ago, I picked up these Ranger belt store display signs, and I decided I was going to hang on to them until I could do the research and figure out what they were. And that was a year ago, and then I was like, forget it. I'm just going to list them. I listed them for like $45 free shipping, and in probably 12 hours, I got a $36 offer. And I thought about countering, but then I was like, I have $2 a piece into these. I've had them a year, and I listed them, and they're going to sell. I'll just take the money. I'm an idiot. I bought this Coleman stove, and the stove was in bad shape, but this gas tank was in good shape. I paid $5, so I'm not out the tank. I was trying to turn it so that valve would be in line to be easier to ship, and the guys take these apart and rebuild them before they use them most of the time anyway. This one, I broke it, so they still sell for parts. This one sold for $10 plus shipping. All right, and this jacket I picked up for $3 at a thrift store, $2.99, and it sat around a long time not listed. It's chalk line, which is a really good thing to look out for, but it's kind of super plain as far as chalk line things. It's not like it's Fanimation, but it sold for $22 free shipping. It's just been listed a long time. These McFarlane toys spent a long time as things that are not worth picking up, but they are starting to come back. This Spawn clown, I forget his name. Anyway, is a reasonably desirable piece, and when I got it, it wasn't even worth listing, and it was in the bottom of a box, and I was like, I'm going to look that up again the other day, a couple weeks ago, and this thing was been listed for about 2 weeks and sold for somewhere in the neighborhood of $25. An opportunity to pick up like 6 or 8 leap pad things for like $2 a piece. So I went ahead and picked them up. I didn't think they were worth a fortune. Well, a couple of them didn't work. This one did work. Sold for $19 and came with all the games that I had in that field, because I only had 2 of these and one of them didn't work, but they both came with a couple of games. So I just lotted the games together and tested this thing. You can factory reset these, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. So I put in the listing, this thing is working, but you'll have to factory reset it if you want it reset. Picked up these vintage Nike silver tag shorts at a thrift store for $2 just the other day. Had them listed for like a week and a half, and they sold for, I think, $17. Levi's 560s are the hottest thing going in men's jeans right now. I had these listed for probably a week, and they sold, I want to say it was the best offer, but I don't remember for sure. I think I had them listed and I sent out offers for $30. Sealed VHS tape of, I don't remember, it's Pam Grier. It's a blaxploitation movie. I don't remember which title it was. It sold for $8.99. It's been listed forever. So sealed VHS are coming up. So if you find like classic great movies, nostalgic movies, pick them up. But something like this, things that are just fairly common, I know I still probably wouldn't pay very much for them because they're going to be long tail. How about this complete inbox, Blades of Steel? It's a game that's been in my personal collection for a long time, and I don't know that I've ever actually played it other than testing it to make sure that it worked. Put it up for sale. I had it for like $45, and I had a couple watchers, so I sent out an offer for $37.99, I think, and it sold pretty quick after the offer. It's been listed probably. It was listed for too high for for like a month and a half. This farming game I saw at Goodwill and kind of forgot to pick up when I was at Goodwill, and then I comped it when I was editing the video, and I was like, man, I should have gotten that. I went back the next morning, it was still there. I picked it up, we brought it home. It was missing one tiny piece that didn't make a whole lot of difference. I don't remember what that was. And so I listed it for $45, and it sold, free shipping, and I ended up sending it in a large flat rate board game box, which was the first time I'd ever used one of those. I think I probably could have gotten it cheaper, but it was so convenient to use that box that I thought, I'm just going to do it. Sully, we paid $1, and he was listed for like 6 weeks. This Patagonia shirt, I paid $2.50, and it was listed for like a week. This Wolf shirt, I picked up for $2.50 at Goodwill, and it was listed a long time, probably 3 or 4 months. Did we talk about Mickey Mouse ears already? I picked these up for $1 at a thrift store, and they were listed for probably 3 weeks, and then they finally sold. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for the video. This is like a hodgepodge of all kinds of things, and now I'm sitting in the dark. Not really, just the light's behind me, so my face looks like it's in the dark. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Do those things instead of just say them with me, because you know that I say them every time. Click the like button. Think of something to say. And if you're not subscribed, and the algorithm says 33% of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, which is like 8 or 9 of you. So you should subscribe. She wants me to do something with the Switch, so I'm going to do that. You guys do what I ask you to do, and we'll see you on the next one.